Today on the Stay-at-Home Chef, I'm making my double fudge chocolate cookie dough shake. Doesn't that sound totally delicious? Because it is, and I can't wait to show you how to make it. The first step is going to be to make our own homemade cookie dough without any eggs, so it's safe to eat. We need half a cup of softened butter. Just put it into a mixing bowl, and 3/4 of a cup of brown sugar. I'm just gonna cream this together with my hand mixer. You wanna make sure you mix this part together really well because you don't want any chunks of butter. See how it turns into almost like a paste? That's what you're looking for. Then I'm going to add in a teaspoon of vanilla. And mix this in real quick. Then I'm going to add in a cup of all-purpose flour, as well as a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Mix it until you have a nice little dough. Once the flour is all in there, whoops, take away our mixer and then pour in half a cup of mini chocolate chips. Use a spoon or a rubber spatula to stir this into the dough. Now, you wouldn't want to try baking these because it totally won't work as cookies, but it's perfect for eating as straight cookie dough. Next, I have a baking sheet that I've lined with parchment paper, and I'm just going to form these into little bite-sized little balls of cookie dough. Perfect. You want to keep them nice and small, bite size. Just roll them out. It'll take you a while, but you can just roll the entire batch of dough out like this. You don't have to worry too much about having them all be the same size. A little variation is good for you. I know it can be a little tedious to make this many small little cookie dough balls, but we're gonna freeze them and they're super fun to have around. You can have them as a little afternoon treat. Put them in your yogurt or your oatmeal, anything that you need just a little fun treat in, and it's really fun. Plus, if you get really tired of making them, you can just pop one in your mouth and then you have more energy. So there you go. Keep going. It's worth it. Once you're done rolling them out, pop them into the freezer for about 20 to 30 minutes just so that they can harden up. Once the cookie dough has hardened up, we're ready to make our shakes. I'm going to pour in about a cup of milk into my blender. You want to use as little milk as possible so you have a nice thick shake. Then I'm going to scoop in some chocolate ice cream. And then pop the lid on and blend. Now, you may need to add more milk or more ice cream to adjust the consistency that you want. I'm going for a really thick shake because that's how I like it. It helps that I have a high-powered blender. A cheaper blender, you may have to add a lot more milk and you may not be able to get it as thick. Next, you'll just pour these into a glass. They're actually not even as thick as I usually like it, but that's okay. Still gonna be a delicious shake. Then, take some hot fudge. I use a knife for this. Kind of swirl it in. And add in some cookie dough to each shake and stir that in as well. I'm telling you, this is pure deliciousness. For the full written recipe, visit my website, www.thestayathomechef.com. If you like this video, give it a quick thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more awesome recipes. See you later.